Hello and welcome to our first episode of Marine Corps Stories. This new channel is basically created so that Marines, past and present, can share their anecdotes from their time in the Marine Corps. My first story today is going to be a personal experience of mine that I had while serving in the 2nd Battalion, 10th Marines Fox Battery back in the 70s while deployed on NATO operations. And the following story is a true story, something that I like to share with you guys. Hopefully, we'll be able to share a lot more stories coming up. But today's story, we'll call it Against the Gale, a night of perseverance and brotherhood. On that momentous night, during our deployment for NATO joint operations in the Mediterranean, encompassing Turkey, Italy, and Greece, an unexpected thunderstorm engulfed our field location in Turkey. The frigid weather and relentless rain thwarted our efforts to seek refuge under a 5-ton truck alongside my comrade, Santiago. Lance Corporal Santiago had become a close friend of mine due to our shared culture and background, both being raised in the small island of Puerto Rico. It was during this turbulent night that our camaraderie was truly put to the test. As the rain cascaded in like a deluge, leaving us completely drenched, the entire Fox Battery 10th Marines struggled to combat the elements, attempting to shield themselves from the storm's wrath, but to no avail. The scene was chaotic, with the sound of rain and wind combining with the distant rumbles of thunder to create a symphony of nature's fury. The intensity of the storm continued to escalate, with flashes of lightning briefly illuminating the green face of my friend Santiago, laying on his sleeping bag next to me. It was in this moment that a fellow Marine on firewatch duty uttered indecipherable words shrouded by the tempest cacophony, crying out a name. What is he saying? I asked Santiago, trying to keep my voice low and at the same time loud enough so that he could hear me over the storm. The cries grew louder as the firewatch continued to approach our vehicle, shining his flashlight under the vehicles as if looking for something or maybe somebody. Tiago! Tiago! Santiago! The voice of firewatch grew desperate. Santiago? I said to my comrade. He's calling your name. What's going on? Santiago in a low mumble replied, Bro, I'm his relief. And it's time for me to stand guard for the next 4 hours, and I really don't want to do this under these conditions, man. As Firewatch approached our truck, Santiago and I continued to shelter from the storm, now laying in a puddle of water while desperately trying to remain dry to no avail. Firewatch grew closer, whose name I still can't remember to this name, spoke up, shining his flashlight under the truck. Who's under there? He asked. It's Salazar, you idiot. Now take that flashlight, shine it somewhere else. I'm trying to get some sleep. I snapped, frustrated by the intrusion. He was shocked at my response, but continued. Hey, who's that laying next to you? Shit, man, who knows? Some other Marine trying to get some sleep. If you let us, I'll get the fuck out of here. I retorted, protecting my buddy from the elements that night, while also inadvertently hindering someone else. The next morning, the storm had turned all the ground to mud, make it almost impossible to pull out of the vehicles. Luckily, we had to help from some locals who brought in more manpower and assisted us in moving the water buffalo, our 400-gallon potable water container, now most likely contaminated water container, from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Finally, the Hueys landed for our extraction, and we had to run towards the choppers, our feet sinking into the wet, deep mud while carrying out heavy Alice backpacks loaded with gear. As we departed that place, we returned to our ship, the LPD Raleigh USS, and I asked Santiago if he got in trouble for being UA for Firewatch. No, he replied. Firewatch didn't rat me out, bro. I got lucky. By the way, thanks for saving my ass. We both laughed as we sailed to Torremolinos, our next Liberty port, our bond as Marine and friends strengthened by the trials we overcome together. Well, guys, that's a short story, a personal short story while serving in the U.S. Marines. Unfortunately, I didn't keep tabs with Santiago after we both got out of the Corps. We didn't re-up. We just did our 4 years and moved on to become PFCs in civilian life. You all know what that means. But I think sometimes about the experiences I had in the Corps and some of the friends that I had while being there, and I can tell you they were more than friends. These guys were brothers, man, brothers to this day. I really miss some of them. I wonder what's happened to most of them, and this is the reason why I created this channel, so that most of us can, or some of us can, actually share those stories that bring great memories to us. Some stories that we told other fellow Marines at the smoke pit. Some of the stories that we as brothers don't have anybody to share them with. You know, our family, friends, civilians wouldn't understand. So this is a way of us communicating with other Marines and making some other Marines either smile, laugh, or remember with vivid memories their time while serving in the Marine Corps. I hope you guys can share those stories with me. Please email me directly with your story, and I will try to post it and record it for my next video. Okay, Marine Corps Anecdotes. God bless you all, Marines. Semper Fi, Devil Dogs, and peace.